Good morning, all radiologists present here, and even if there are non-radiologists here, hope my presentation will make some sense to you. And today I'll discuss on CT angiogram in assessing congenital heart disease, my experiences on several cases. Congenital heart disease is a difficult situation, and its assessment is very is a challenge for any diagnostic modality. And before going to assess the congenital heart disease, we should know about common classification, exposure about some complex CSD, and what would be the diagnostic approach and imaging tools. And before going to my original cases, I would like to recall some important facts like every 1,000 live birth, 8 to 10 babies suffer from CSD. And abnormal development of the heart in utero may result in abnormal situs, position, communication, and connection of cardiac and extracardiac structures. CSD may occur in single or in a combination, sometimes associated with other congenital anomaly like CNS anomaly, GIT, renal anomaly, etc. Some syndromic baby like Downs, Dijon, they might have CSD. Imaging of CSD forms a crucial part of its management. And imaging can delineate very detailed anatomy and provide hemodynamic and functional information. And it can guide cardiac surgeon, cardiologists for their surgical planning, intervention, and also post-operative assessment. It's a very simple classification. Like cyanotic, acyanotic. Cyanotic include TOF, TGA, and acyanotic include BSD, ASD, PTA, pulmonary stenosis, aortic stenosis, coarctation of aorta. Then some are more complex from multiple anomaly present at the same heart. These are different situs. This is normal situs solitus we know, and abnormal situs inversus and situs ambiguous. This is a different cardiac position. We know levocardia is normal position, and the other abnormals are mesocardia, dextrocardia. This is a connection. Concordance is normal connection. That is, RA always connected to RB and LA connected to LB. But other abnormalities, discordance, ambiguous, double inlet, single inlet, etc. So available imaging modalities are echo, invasive cardiac catheterization, cardiac CT angiogram, cardiac MRI. Echo is an excellent primary non-invasive modality for initial diagnosis. It provides us intracardiac information and also hemodynamic information. But echo cannot visualize the distal arteries like pulmonary artery, aorta, coronaries, etc. And echo sometimes, due to its limited window, operator may miss important information. CT angiogram is a very fast study. It gives excellent spatial resolution and 3D images and intracardiac information, also extracardiac information like lung, parenchyma, airways. But CT angiogram gives up lots of radiation and it provides us static image, and it does not provide any hemodynamic information. My first case, this TAPVD, that is total anomalous pulmonary venous drainage. This 16 years old patient came with exertional dyspnea and chest pain for 5 years. And after all clinical evaluations, preoperative CT angiogram was done and diagnosed as non-obstructive supracardiac TAPVD with ASD. We see these are 3D images of heart, and from posterior aspect we see 4 pulmonary veins. These are right, and here these 2 left pulmonary veins forms a confluence on the left side and a dilated common cardiac vein, ascending vein, which ultimately drain onto the right superior vena cava through a dilated innominate vein. These are the 2D images of the same patient. Here we see this dilated RA connected to very small LA through a large ASD. And here we see the different chamber and ASD. Post-operative finding was the same of CT finding, and correction of TAPVD and ASD closure was done. This is another case of TAPVD. This 1-month-old patient came with respiratory distress, and CT angiogram revealed obstructive infracardiac TAPVD. This 3D images we see from the back. Here, 4 pulmonary veins very clearly form a dilated vertical vein, which goes down through the diaphragm and ultimately drain into the portal vein. And this red area is liver. This is a case of Scimitar syndrome, that is partial anomalous pulmonary venous drainage. This 50-year-old patient came with heart failure, and as there is no reason found for heart failure, so CT angiogram was done, and we see very close view of red vessels. This is aorta, and these are pulmonary artery, and this area is RA. And this is the dilated IVC. Here we see right pulmonary vein drain anomalously into the IVC. This is a case of TGA, that is transposition of great arteries. This 25-year-old patient came with repeated chest infection, exertional dyspnea from childhood, which gradually increased and had respiratory distress and rest. And preoperative CT angiogram was done. We have these 2D subdental images, and these are 3D. And we see this is the RV just behind the sternum, and the aorta arises from the RV, and this pulmonary artery lies behind the aorta. And these 3D images, we see very clearly aorta anteriorly and the pulmonary artery lies posteriorly, and these are coronaries. And here is a PTA. Images of the same patient. This axial view, we see that again. I say this was the reason why CT angiogram was done. This extra pulmonary information is very important for surgeons for their surgical planning. This is a case of coarctation of aorta. This 9-year-old patient came with heart failure, and CT angiogram was done again. You see these 3D images. This is the LV area, and this is the aorta. Very clear. These are coronary arteries, and these are the aortic branch of arch of the aorta. There is a cerebral narrowing just distal to the left subclavian artery. That's coarctation of aorta. And now I show you only the 3D images, but when we report the these cases, there are many other things we have to write. That is the cross-sectional diameter of the coarctation, and what is the size of the rest of the arch of the aorta, and the ratio between the arch of the aorta and descending aorta, and what is the condition of the coronaries, whether there is anomaly or not. Because these all extra cardiac information is very important for surgical planning. This is another case of coarctation. This 1-month-old patient came with heart failure, and CT angiogram was done. This is a very close view of great arteries, and this is the pulmonary artery, and this is the part of the aorta. And here there's we see narrowing, severe narrowing in distal arch of the aorta, just adjacent to subclavian artery. And this part of the aorta is hypoplastic and smaller compared to this normal size aorta. So this was a case of coarctation of aorta with hypoplastic transverse artery. This is a case of PTA. This 24-year-old patient was diagnosed case of PTA, and since it had failed PTA closure, to come to our hospital for review and intervention. So before second intervention, obviously CT angiogram was done, and these 3D images we see very clearly. This is a large PTA between the pulmonary artery junction branch and aorta, and this patient didn't have any other intracardiac abnormality. This is a case of complex anomaly. This 4-year-old patient had preoperative CT angiogram and found multiple anomaly in the same heart. This mesocardia, situs inversus, TGA, PS, large VSD, double superior vena cava, etc. These are multiple images of same patient. This is coronal VUC, and very clearly there is a two right superior vena cava and left superior vena cava. And this slightly oblique view, we see there is a large VSD between the LV and RV, and this is the part of interventricular septum. And these 3D images, we see aorta lies anteriorly and to the right, slightly right, and arises from the RV, and this pulmonary artery just posteriorly and to the left, and arises from LV. This is TGA. These are multiple images of same patient. Here, this axial image, we see there is a discordance. That is LA connected to RV and RA connected to LV. And this sagittal image, we see this pulmonary valve is thick and stenotic with post-stenotic mean pulmonary dilation. And here we see there's a inversus liver on the liver on the left side, and stomach and the spleen on the right side. And there's right-sided aortic arch. This is another case of complex anomaly. 15-year-old patient under CT angiogram, and again multiple anomaly was found. There's dextrocardia, situs inversus, discordance, pulmonary atresia, and MAPCAS. And these images, 2D images, see this is BSD and the LV lies anteriorly, and these 3D images taken from above. Here we see this is the right pulmonary artery and this is the left pulmonary artery, and these are non-confluent. That is, there is no main pulmonary artery. That is pulmonary atresia, and this both pulmonary artery get supplied from this MAPCA from aorta. So congenital heart disease is a really difficult situation. It may be complex and simple, and detailed delineation of anatomy is very crucial for its management and also surgery. And no doubt, CT angiogram is an excellent modality for the assessment of congenital heart disease. Both intracardiac and extracardiac anomalies are abnormality. And actually, it says that CT angiogram is the eye of the pediatric surgeon. And thank you everybody for your kind hearing. And I would like to thank all the doctors and clinical staff, and also my HOD Nausheen Siraj of Ibrahim Cardiac for the cooperation. Thank you.